Hey you. It is Thursday. Mwah. I am ready to see this screen all day long. Crap. Alright, we're turning on sub mode. Let's talk a little bit about a few things. First of all, I'm really interested in continuing this Divine Visitation, Outlaws Merriment nonsense, but we have a few other toys that we're going to play with. Let me intro the deck, let me ask you how you are, huh? So first of all, if I take a step back to this Divine Visa Merriment kind of experimentato thingy, this deck is, again, trying to get Outlaws Merriment to work, and the reason I was interested in doing this, let me actually kind of remove some of these. The thing that's interesting to me is this kind of shell we had some success with, and then we watched and played against someone who did Divine Visitation plus Omen of the Sun. It was kind of cool to see these cards showing up because Omen of the Sun is another nice, useful tool to hold off against aggro. So I was looking at this sort of control shell, realizing, hey, Omen of the Sun actually has some merit. And then when I put the Outlaws Merriment in there, you know, it also gives us access. Would you like to save and exit anyways? How do I discard the changes? There we go. So, I feel like there's maybe still some merit to experimentatoing on that one. But the thought process was, hey, what if we just took some ideas... Oh, actually, I should back up and say, the thing that was really shitting on us is what seemed to be the most popular pair of colors in the format, blue-green. Blue-green has a lot of really nice tools that ramp in the form of Oro, in the form of Growth Spiral. So, this one has some of those ideas in it, right? We still see some of the tools of Banishing Light, Omen of the Sun, with Divine Visitation. But for some of the other things, we're skewing a little bit more to the red side of things to be able to do things like add in Legion Warboss, very good anti-control. Add in Robber of the Rich, very good anti-control. Bonecrusher, for a little bit of anti-aggro. We don't have a ton of them, but we're basically trying to really shit on control, and this was an incredibly interesting suggestion. The Akroan War, before I go into it in depth, I just want to note this is very, very good as just a card period against decks that run a small amount of big creatures at a time. Jeskai Fires and a lot of blue-green ramp decks that are running things such as an Uro, because it will eventually kill itself, or a Cavalier of Thorns, which we can also just take control of and remove the wall. So this is kind of interesting. Akroan War is something that I had not really considered, but now it creates this situation where against a big creature deck, we can get some beefy things underneath and then just snatch control of it. And of course it's an enchantment, because why not try to make Archon of Sun's Grace work? I do think that I need to skew my sideboard to be better against aggro. I think that already we're okay against control. So you'll note that we have 3 Devout Decrees, a Bonecrusher, 4 Deafening Clarions, and a Banishing Light should we so need it. Because I think that there's more slow decks in best of 3s, and I am going to try to keep building on what we built on the other day. Let me go ahead and enhance myself. It feels good. It feels good to get enlarged. Marco Saint says, what is a clown deck? A clown deck, there's something very interesting in Magic the Gathering, Marco Saints, that's very different from other games, which is that if you are doing something bad, speaking of bad, this hand sucks, if you're doing something bad in a lot of decks, or excuse me, in a lot of games, bad winds up meaning ineffective, okay? Means ineffective. In Magic the Gathering, a bad deck is often very effective when it gets there. It's just incredibly unreliable and difficult to get there. If you think I'm returning Outlaws Merriment, you're insane. And that's what makes this really fun and really exciting. That, like, you can get good combos to go off. You can get really good, amazing, effective things to occur with clowny ideas. And that's kind of what makes them really fun and satisfying. No way. We did a correct key. What's going away? Planes? Well, I would have wanted it. I would have wanted to see it. Is there a reason you don't run Starfield Mystic in this one? Yeah, Starfield Mystic, if we think about what Starfield Mystic is, it's just kind of a shitty, dirtily card. I'm absolutely getting rid of this, like, for sure. Like, 4,000%. It's just a card that doesn't really do anything effective at all. I mean, it's a card that I will actually point to as just being more or less a useless card. We are completely fucked. So specifically, Starfield Mystic, for any of you who don't know, is a 2/2 that makes your enchantments cheaper, and when enchantments go to the graveyard, the thing gets bigger. So, is my deck trying to get many enchantments down early? No, it is not. We only really have some expensive enchantments that we are looking to get value out of long term, not that we will get a spike of damage in the short term. Hey, AM91. By the way, my name is S-E-A-N, Sean. S-E-A-N. For whatever reason, I've just chosen to start telling people the correct pronunciation of my name only recently. It used to be that anyone would be like S-H-A-W-N, I'd be like, whatever. But lately I've been like, yeah, that seems correct. Alright. How do we want to put stuff in here? Okay, so we're against a deck that is trying to spike very, very swiftly. They're trying to spike very, very swiftly. So, the value that we get out of Divine Visitation might not be very valuable. Let's look at what is mediocre. I think Tomik is overall not the best. Let me do something like this. We're just going to look around. Banishing Light's very strong. Elspeth Conquers Death is very strong. Akroan War is very, very, very strong here. Black or red, there's only really a few red threats. Might want this one in here. I think it maybe makes sense to get rid of these, and put in these. We just want more overall power early on. Looks good to me. Crunchman says the older we get, the more we stand our ground over petty things. By the way, I did a food run this morning. Did a little bit of food runs. Food runs. And today, I'm having, like, a little bit of light pain in the chest. And of course, things are a little stuffy in the house. Seems pretty normal, etc., etc., etc. What doesn't mean that at a time like today, it doesn't alarm the shit out of you. By the way, this says Physician Services Superstar. It's a mug that I got at a good old-fashioned Goodwill. Never didn't have it. Thigbird says, hosted food run today. I know exactly how you feel about stuff. Yeah, we have to do another food run tomorrow because we ran out of time before the stream-o. Okay. This is a very, very, very good thing for me to do. We are constantly building a board against a deck that really desperately needs to get, like, a Fires of Invention out to be particularly effective. Hey, Kuroi Q! Or Kuroi Q? I don't know how to parse her name correctly. I find it really interesting the way that a lot of names in Japanese or... Perfect. Korean wind up parsing. Super fascinating. Either way. Either way, either way, either way. I think language is really cool, including English. But you're asking... by the way, welcome. Welcome. Good to have you, Kuro. I saw you sub maybe 5 minutes ago when I was running around every which way. It says, downloaded Unity as we speak after listening to you talk about it in a few videos. I'm very comfortable with JavaScript. Is that going to be enough to get me started? Yeah, absolutely. I would say I would still do some tutorials because the way that I will describe the really any engine that you're using for anything ever, there is the skill set you have. You take that skill set and you connect it into the engine, and then the engine also has ways to connect other things easily together. And why am I talking about all of this? Actually, how could we do this? I guess it is time for Outlaws Merriment, huh? This is gonna hurt for my whole hand, but that's fine. What I mean is that, like, you have to get comfort with where does Unity keep its audio information? Where does Unity keep its animation information? How do I create a character and give it an animation and get some audio with it? There's a whole lot of just layers of stuff like that that's just figuring out how it works. Kind of in the same way that this game, Magic the Gathering, I can learn that there's this button here that will let me look at what my opponent used to have. Whereas in real life, I would have a piece of paper and I would write down cards, right? There's different UI for real life versus MTGA. Maybe we do want these Devout Decrees in here. You hate to see it. But I would, if you are a competent programmer, you still need to understand, okay, I am now going to add code to a rigid body and a collider, and what on earth are those in this game? I think that this is acceptable enough. Because we're on the draw and we have a Devout Decree for a scry. C# and JavaScript are similar enough that I would suggest you try out C#. But yeah, it's great. Like, if you know how to code, you're still going to have to learn a lot of those sort of fundamental things. Don't worry about it too much. In other words, what I'm saying is, if you sit down and you're like, I don't know what the fuck anything is. I have no idea how any of this stuff works. Don't be surprised. You'll get past a few humps if you just follow some tutorials, and then you'll be able to start quickly cranking shit out.
Right on schedule. I've got it.
Now, this is not the ideal, but this is still excellent, right? Get rid of this. You hate to see that. The guy. Alright, well, land is a bit of an issue for me. I think I might need to rethink my mana base. But yeah, I would actually say that JavaScript and C# for the purpose of light level scripting and just making things functional are basically the same. If you're trying to actually start to do some sophisticated stuff, I like C# a lot. Maybe that's because that's my most proficient language, but... I would encourage anyone to try out C#. And what I would say is that if you understand JavaScript, you'll have comfort switching to C#. Zermy says, we keep saying JavaScript and C#. Do we mean Java and C#? Hilariously enough, those are actually two different languages. What's this? I'm telling you, Akroan War is really good in this spot. Midgeworth says, I love Clown Deck Days. Any chance you can get Hakdos and Aurelia? I would actually probably have to cut the other ones. We own, man. We own. There was a question that someone else asked earlier that I had forgotten. This has to attack, which is why I'm holding this back, because it forces a trade. Akroan War! Akroan War! All we're trying to do today is not end at plat 4 0 stars. Okay, so let us see here. It might actually be correct to get Tomik the hell out of here. We actually have enough whites. That was actually just a fluke. We have 20 white sources. How are the kitties doing quarantine? Experience pain? Well, I have the heater on, which is why you hear a light. And they're both sleeping right by the heater. Despy's sleeping above the heater at the very top, so she can keep an eye on me. Sheriff is on the, literally getting her ass blasted right now by the heater. She just sits there and she just pushes her butt really close to it and just sits there and just, oh. And I actually went up and I was just petting Sheriff. And maybe my fellow pet owners can, like, back me up on this, but, like, when you pet your cat or your dog or anything, you just pet the animal, and if the animal doesn't, like, look up at you or start wagging the tail, your brain goes, my baby's dead. That's what happened, is, like, Sheriff was, like, just asleep, and she was just tuckered out, and I go over there and I just start petting her. And I stop, and I'm like, she's not, oh my god, she's not moving, she's not breathing. Oh my god. I probably should have kept the last one. Last one was pretty funny. I mean, I was like, Sheriff? And then I went, Sheriff? And she just goes, meow. Likes to look at me. Did I just chuck 3 merriments? Yeah, maybe I'm gonna fuck up. And I'll be very honest, when I looked at this, I thought this was Banishing Light. I don't know why I thought it was Banishing Light, but I was just like, that's a Banishing Light. Goodbye, Robert of the Rich, I hardly knew ye. So we see black-blue. Obviously, it could be Dimir. But the sort of 2 ones that I'm thinking it's more likely it would be is 1, Simic. Or excuse me, not Simic. I should say Simic Splashing Black. So like that Sultai ramp deck that we were running very successfully on Tuesday. Or it could be this sort of Esper, maybe Esper Bolus stuff that we've also seen. This will get me the chance to do some research with this, Robert. Temple of Deceit. Doesn't give us a lot of information. Is looking increasingly Dimiri. And the cards that we're running, Robber the Rich and Legion Warboss, are like the absolute money cards here. Probably this one's gonna go. This is essentially useless. Atris, the fuckface of truth. So if I did this, does this bluff too much? I'm doing like this, man. It's gamble time for day 9. Watch this. Watch this bluff. I also took a long time with it. So maybe I'm putting myself face up, huh? Atris bluffs never work. Oh! Unbelievable! Absolutely unbelievable. Palm Glasses, I stand corrected. Actually, Palm Glass, I've seen you here the last 2 weeks. As you are well aware, I have absolutely eaten shit every time I try to do a bluff. It's failed like 12 times in a row. That's like the very first time it's been successful. Oh, fuck. That's a really good one, huh?
There is little as exquisite as the artistry of joy.
Absolutely a bounce on the Archon of Sun's Grace is a fantasticissimo one. Yeah, I think we're actually up against Pure Demir.
I will be sated. You will feel inspired.
It is against these lists where Divine Visitation is actually very sick. Akroan War is going to be getting out. Omen of the Sea is probably going to be getting out. Probably the Tomiks. Do you think this might actually just be Pure Demir? And I say might actually be, and I'd actually say I'm 99% certain, because, I mean, look at this. This is like a lot of evidence of the blue-blacks. The blue-blacks. Dawn of Hope would work well with all your lifelinkers and seems an improvement over Omen of the Sun. Dawn of Hope is unimaginably slow. I mean, that is basically a 6 to 8 mana card minimum. Chances of this getting returned to the hand seem high. And Dawn of Hope actually is a very nice 3-mana combat trick that's extremely strong defensively.
Recoil to the recess of your mind.
This is the way Demir works. I lose all my cards, they lose all their cards. And then not a lot happens. I'm going to concede largely because we're certainly behind, but I'd rather just go to the sideboard and sort of continue to workshop this deck. I think the Akroan War and Tomik are not necessarily the all-stars that we want them to be. Same with these Omens, and the Bonecrushers don't actually seem like they have the most value. The Devout Decrees, on the other hand, can kill stuff. Gideon Blackblade can kill stuff. Elspeth Banishing can kill stuff, and put in a single one of these guys. Very clumsy. The sideboarding, very clumsy. Sabas Eovis is that face when subbing after 10 years. Welcome, welcome. It's good to know that those extra footsteps in the sand were you all along. Love it. We got double white. We got a scry. We have a turn 2 play. Shadowcast, my favorite orthogonally suggesting viewer. I'm doing okay today, Shadowcast. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling way alarmed about this tightness I'm having in my chest. Way alarmed. Even though it's extremely mild and everything else going on with me is fine. And, you know, historically I've had chest tightness with stress, and it could have just been a shitload of stress of the last month, because last month was stressful as hell. But, yeah. But yeah, like, I've no other symptoms, I have nothing other than this sort of thing, but it feels a little weird. Let's see, how do I describe it? I feel a wee bit like after you've had a cold, and you know how your chest is maybe a little tired, you feel some little shit in this, you know, feel a little bit of that stuff? I feel kind of like that. I feel a little bit like that, despite the fact that I don't have any coughs or anything else. So, I mean, I'm kind of just hoping that it's some good old-fashioned stress. Ang says, if you have 0 cough and 0 fever, there's 0 reason at all to think you have corona, if that makes you feel any better. Yeah. Yeah. But it's very easy for me to get extremely alarmed about everything when I'm sitting at home. However, this home life is really nice. I live with the best girls ever. Mr. Zimbu says, I love VS Code for everything besides C#. I really, really love VS Code, like, a lot. Goodbye, my friend.
Gods bless us in our righteous cause. I believe in you, friend.
How's quarantine diet coming along? I'm making some bomb burgers today. I have a crap ton of chili. Probably some Korean soon tofu soup. It's coming up maybe twice in the next week. Yeah, I do have this one. Perfect. I'm also not buying any beer for the next 2 weeks, which I really enjoy having beer in the evening. I have like 2 or 3 Saporos. That is a great way to pack on the pounds, you know what I mean? Now I got my little comfy pillow. What else is on the docket for the foods, dudes? Let's see. Tried rotating your chair 10 degrees. Damn you. Damn you. Oh, Mephew just gifted 10 subs and says, payday's tomorrow. It's time to support you. Mephew, you're too kind. A lot of shit has to go right for that to be a good hand. That's just a way better hand. This is just an incredibly better hand. It's a day 5x5. Goodbye, Robber. This is my pineapple upside down, Robber. So it's time for me and Zabar to just lose every card we have in our hands. No more cards anymore. But watch this. Legion Warboss right off the top. Pow. There it is. We also have a lot of high-value individual threats in the deck. See, he's hating on my hand. Hurting on and hating on my hand. Outlaw's Merriment is like so the nuts right now. That's mostly nuts. Oh my god. Nah, Cat Dad. Gift another 5, up to 55. Indestructible. Zorel, 500 bits for your lost cards.
This isn't your average now. Don't let's reduce it to shambles.
Prepare for battle.
Oh my god, we are so anti-control right now. It feels so good. No, Cat Dad. I'd like to warmly thank you for providing 30 in the last few days. And now, Cat Dad, you've not even been a long-time subscriber here. You're just swinging on in with the big guns.
From battle to the grave.
Your light will cleave the darkness. Curse the darkness.
I think this is actually good to do because these are sort of two split threats. Like a sweeper doesn't hit both. It's only single target. Aether Gust hits nothing and Disfigure hits nothing and it's a Narset there, huh? I'll do this and maybe trick my opponent. I mean, this is just either one is fine. Is really what that position is.
Past, present, and I have just the trick for this.
Oh my god, and our opponent misses. Look at that.
I've fought worse.
God, I've never seen that animation before. That is totally sweet. Our deck is actually working the way that we intended for it to work. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? This is amazing. I mean, now we did beat a sharp control deck, right? Like, Dimir can discard is not a top tier deck, but it does fall into the broad category of the control styles that I want to make sure that I have a way to influence. Ta-da! I'm not sure about this pair of Tomiks. This is something that I've seen in some other decks that are interesting. But it's still something I'm interested in exploring. It's my favorite cheese deck, Phobius asks. What do you mean by cheese deck? What even is a cheese deck? What do you want to do, JDS Walker? Do you ever workout routine while gyms are closed? No. Cheap win condition? Like, give me an example. What's my favorite literal cheese? Probably Brie? By the way, this is the exact deck that is showing up the most that we counter so hard. Tomik disables Nissa, and Legion Warboss gets in on turn 3 when most of the ability to play threats from our opponent are on turn 4 or later. Yeah, brie, jam, and bread is really incredible. There are no sweepers in this deck, so I can just comfortably play. Whoa! More and more leg eye on war bosses. I keep not locking this chair. I adjust the back to this chair a ton, so I'm like constantly pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. What are you doing here? This is Simic Flash deck. Interesting. Oh shit, we were actually in pretty bad shape against this one. Fuck. Maybe it's an argument to put some fries in there, huh? Absolutely no counterspell. I don't know what this deck is. It looks like Simic Flash, because we see one flash spell, a second flash spell. Nice. This disables this, by the way. We talked about it before. Fuck. One, two, three, four, five. Then we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 4 of that will get blocked. So that's 1, 2. There we go. Exact C's. Yeah, my favorite cheese deck is probably anything with Thousand Year Storm. It's probably my favorite. Cheesy, nonsensey, BSy win conditioning kind of thingy. We're not fully well sure of what we're up against. I think the Divine Visitations, if this is Simic Flash, we don't want that, right? Super don't want that. If this is Simic Flash, we pretty much don't want the Akroan War. What we want are cheaper, faster maneuvers. Right? This looks more like this, actually. Now, if this is a Simic ramp deck that happens to run an Nightpack Ambusher, I do want this Akroan War. So maybe a good compromise is to do like this, because we would say there's just not that many targets for this. So we're going to go faster. We've seen one of the most significant cards for indicating that it's a flash deck. We're working with the assumption that this is a Simic Flash deck. We're working with the assumption that we will draw land. Okay. Okay. Who has seen Ikoria? There's new mechanics in Ikoria. Okay, so first of all, my favorite new thing in Ikoria is keyword tokens. So you know how, or keyword counters. So you know how I can give something +1/+1 this turn, and then I can also give something +1/+1 permanently as a counter. You can do that, right? So this one can give keyword counters. So I could maybe put hexproof on Tomik, and it just has hexproof now. I think that we're actually up against the ramp deck, and it just happens to have I think it just happens to have a Nightpack Ambusher in it, is what we're up against. So that's really cool. So there's ways to permanently add a keyword to cards. Yeah, I think we are up against Simic Ramp that just happened to have Nightpack Ambusher, and now it can do nothing.
Cannot protect itself.
I actually am going to Banishing Light this. I cannot kill it this turn. And if I can't kill it this turn, and then my opponent has like a Hydroid Krasis, then we are like fucking fucked. So that's one thing I like. Like that whole idea. So I am going to swing, full well expecting a Nightpack Ambusher to come down that I will take with the Akroan War. Or not. My opponent didn't crack this. Okay, second mechanic that's in Ikoria is the mutate, or when you cast a creature, you can mutate it into a... Or when you cast a creature, you can instead pay the mutate cost, and you will turn one of your existing creatures into that creature, or vice versa. No. And that's the one that actually took me a very long time to, like, wrap my head around. I wish I'd run all three of these. I need to cut the Bonecrusher Giants and get in the Akroan War and my other Elspeth Conquers Death. If there's a counter here, I will be absolutely surprised and have no clue what we're playing against. Does anyone know what this is? What deck is this? Simic ramp the sideboard at Simic Flash. No, we saw this in game 1. We saw this in game 1. Blue-green cards I own? Yeah, I don't know. Let me... Quickly, MTG Goldfish. Show me what you got. Okay, this is a flash deck. Okay, let me then accept my death. Oh no, we saw negate already, right? Okay. Okay, so this looks like it's inspired by... Come on. Come on! What the fuck? This is like literally the best chance of winning right now. I mean, like, this sucks, but if I go to 5 and my opponent casts 1 Nightpack Ambusher, I basically am dead. Hooray. And now this thins my deck. Oh shit. I clicked because I wanted it to be planes, but whatever. Fuck it. These cards are just so powerful. Oh, fuck. I think it sucks to have kept that 6, but I still think it's the correct decision. I have to attack first. I know that looks really weird to do it at that combat step, but... Yeah, no, I mean, I just think it is a thing that sucks. I don't think there's anything wrong with having kept this one and kept this one after we have all of our key cards, and then sometimes you're just fucked. I mean, getting a 1-lander 2 in a row stinks. What are you gonna do? Counterspell. Good thing we have 2. Oh, companion cards are really weird. Companion cards are basically like things that check a condition of your deck. It's weird. Okay, so here's the thing that I am understanding. It does not matter to me. That's fine. Bing bong wheel. I have no idea how to do this against Sonic Flash. That's fine. We took an enormous risk with the hand we kept. And I still think it was better than doing the... trying to go to 5. So I don't really care that much because I have seen very, very little Simic Flash. And if it just is really good, then whatever, I guess I lose to it. Like, it's fine. Anyway, so here's the way Companion works. The way Companion works is you put some... You can have one Companion that goes into your sideboard. And then you can cast that from your sideboard into the game. as long as some condition is met. When I say the condition, one of them is your deck contains no cards that cost less than 3. So it's kind of like having a commander. So, like, let's say, for instance, you had a particular... You have a particularly strong card, and you kind of want to build around being able to cast that on turn 5. It's in your sideboard, and then... Sounds a bit like Odd even from Hearthstone. It really does. By the way, thank God we're up against an Esper deck.
This isn't a fight you can
Do as you please. Send them back.
Enough, I'll protect you.
Alright, we have the most anti-Esper collection of cards here. It's so good. Shadow cast this. I think MTG is suffering from the too many new ideas problem. Could be. The thing that's kind of funny to me about Magic is every time I read something that's new and I'm like, how the fuck would that work? And then I play with it and I'm like, oh, it works like that. Alright, cool.
I'm known for my excellent timing. I won't. No, I am not making this up as I go.
I think this is better to put the threat down instead of the Divine Visitation. Damn. Sucks to have 2 of these. Not a biggie. I have to cast this right now because the Legion Warboss is the only thing whose price will not be reduced. Yeah, does anyone know how the verification works in Ikoria? Like, if it says, my companion can only be cast if my deck has things that cost 2 or less. You know, I guess Elspeth is the one that's gotta go. Anchor Gaming says, I'm happy to finally be able to sub. You provided a ton of entertainment to me, mostly through YouTube, so I wanted to support you during the outbreak, due to being a bigger comfort than usual. Thanks for all the good vibes, dude. I'm thrilled to hear it. I'm thrilled to hear that it has been a semblance of comfort, my friend. What? It gets haste? That token gets haste until end of turn and attacks each combat of Fable. I didn't fucking know. I didn't know. That's great. Welcome back to Fairy looking so scary. Maybe this one gets sent back. I don't know. Which one do you send home? Dude, like, look at the way the text works. At the beginning of combat, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token gains haste until end of turn and attacks this combat if able. That was a brilliant replacement effect.
No,
goodbye.
bad idea.
Sweeper, sweeper. Cry of the Carnarium. Someone hates playing against control, huh? Guess this one? I guess this one? So this is this Esper Bolas deck that is running Esper for all the good Esper Planeswalkers, and then these interplanar beacons to be able to get the red mana to cast Nicol Bolas. It's very, very clever. But yeah, dude, man, Anchored Game, we're happy to have you here. I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy my internet's actually functioning. Jesus. This is destroy target creature or planeswalker, so can't do anything right now, huh? Well, this one we clearly get rid of, huh?
I outsmarted you eons ago.
Eons ago!
Focused and
If I get a Legion Warboss off the top, we just blow all this shit up. Look at how many things just draw here. It's so funny. Holy fuck. So I do this Omen. Boing. And then I actually have to shoot this guy to make sure that it doesn't bounce my Elspeth Conquers Death.
Let's try this.
Nicol Bolas can bounce it, and that would be fine. That would be fine if Nicol Bolas bounced it. Wouldn't mind too much. Damn it. Now I would.
I hope you make this battle exciting for me.
Oh my god, Jeff Hoagland. Posted for 1,200.
More useful in the grave.
Jeff Hoagland. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome. Welcome, Hoaglandia. The fine citizens who are well-versed in Pioneer, Historic, Modern, and Standard. It's me. Your mediocre all-star.
Your minds crumble.
Hope you had yourself a good stream day, Jeff.
meditate.
Want to see some dope shit? Came to the right place. Which walkie-talkie guys are our threats, huh? Any Factorio today? Factorio tomorrow. Why is my graveyard exiled? Oh, that got killed with Cry. Remember how I was just saying I'm a little mediocre? What can I say? I'm correct. Alright, so we do not need the Akroan War in here. We do not need the Bonecrushers that much. Maybe not even the Tomiks. I'm going to come back to these in a quick moment. But I think it would be really good to put in Gideon Bad Boy, Elspeth, Banishing Light, and I kind of like the idea of some number of Devout Decrees. Huh? I'm going to actually cut down to 2 Banishing Lights. The reason being, a lot of the very threatening planeswalkers I'd kill, and Banishing Light can get bounced by Teferi. Can I say something that actually just kills me? For any of you who are streamers, there is a new Twitch dashboard in the back end where it has a bunch of stats, and the only stats that I really care about is whether my bitrate is stable and how many viewers I have right now. Those are like the 2 simplest indicators that stuff is going fine with the stream. If the bitrate's fine and, say, the viewership just drops by like 1,000, then I'm like, uh-oh, boy, I really started to suck. So you can actually move a bunch of the statistics around, which sounds good, but the instant you leave the page and come back again, it's just gone. it's just disappeared. This seems really important. Let's get that one out of there so that way we can keep Outlaw's Merriment. Alex35 says, what can you do to, in case the viewership drops, to fix it? It's more just like helping me sanity check. You know, maybe my connection has dropped and I don't know it yet. if, let's say, like, for instance, with What the Deck, we delayed 10 minutes because there was a connection issue with Twitch. So we just delay, you know, something like that. Or sometimes it's something that I can't do anything about, and that's just good to know. You know, it's just like it's just a debugging tool, really. Oh my god, you'll love to see it. Look at this run out. Look at this beaut. Spell Pierce? Ha ha ha. Not in my format. Alright, let's submit this one. Unsummon? Well, come on, what's 1 mana here, huh? Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Fuck, my outlaw's merriment. Oh, Karamea, you dick. What a bastard. Let's just draw another one off the top, shall we? Bam. Let's get that one out of there. All the 3-mana planeswalkers that are in this deck have ways to replace themselves. Like Narset draws another thingy. Ooh, an Edeldespiel.
I will lend you my strength.
Do I have too many lands?
Retreat.
What is going on? Haha! Value. I think I go face there. It's unclear to me. If I were like a proper aggressive deck, I'd be like, oh hell yeah, that's the move right there. But I have a lot of ways to 2-for-1, get extra value out of cards, get extra value out of things. So I think maybe just continuing to deny our opponent resources is reasonable. I think so. You know, I should actually put 2 Castle Ardenvales in here. Let's just be sad. I think sadness is maybe the goal that I have here. Okay, that's good. Couple good targets here. You love to see it. See, this is why I was removing our little threatening Lass of Narset, is because of this situation. We have a lot of cards like this that are individually incredible threats. I think that this is a better threat, I think. Not 100%. Not 100%. I think that this is a better threat. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. What are you gonna do? Now if I get my own Elspeth again, because we have 4 of them. If we just get a mountain. I'm just gonna play the mountain. You're supposed to hold that back always, but it's very, very, very nice to just play it and then it just passes through your turn. This is a streamer maneuver. Ah! So now we really need that Elspeth, huh?
My intellect is without
Yeah, maybe Robber was actually the play. That's an interesting one, J Lava. That's an interesting one. An interesting Uno. Ooh, you love to see it.
My schemes have been foiled.
I have practiced against many foes alike.
You will recall that the other friendly Boros was exiled. Alright, now we're so fucked. Alright, so this is giving me some ideas. This is congealing This is gelling. This is thickening in my brain. Okay, so first of all, I think we can go cut, cut, add, add. Same number of white sources. We have no 1-mana plays, so we can actually comfortably be a little Ardenvale heavy. Maybe we can actually go 3. This might be way too much. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 untapped lands. But I initially didn't put this in because I wanted to see what the curve looked like, but it's increasingly, I think, true that it looks fine. So here are my questions. What are... Fabled gives us 20 sources of white. 20 ways to find the white. We might not need this Banishing Light here. Maybe not. Doesn't seem like it's the best. Uh-oh. Quick question. Is sounding okay for everyone? Are you hearing any chopping or something? Sounds fine? Okay. So how do I maybe squeeze this pupper in there? Yeah. What about swapping Robber for Bishop? Here's my reasoning for... well, so first of all, what is our deck? Our deck is for punching, right? We start off, we are looking at a meta that is, I'll say, well over 50% slower stuff. And then there's some aggro decks, which I'll come to later. So since most of what we appear to be up against is some of these slower decks, we have things like Robber of the Rich and Legion Warboss to just get us off on the right foot right away. These are our sort of core early game cards. Heading into a turn 4 Outlaw's Merriment. So this is our basic statement, is that if we're up against a control-ish deck, a slow deck, we can bonk in early like this. So, what does the rest of the deck look like? Well, I mean, we have a Divine Visitation here because it's hilarious, okay? Like, I'm not going to fucking try to convince you that this is the next play in the meta, but bam. We're trying to do something smart plus something fun to create something fun. So the other things are, if we're doing this sort of curve, we want to make sure that we are kind of having some evenness to our growth. So we have a Tomik here as a little bit of anti-aggro. It's a 2/3 body, but then it also, excuse me, then this also starts to deny Nissa. In the later games. This seems like an acceptable one. So basically, the way that our game plan works is we want to generally do something on turn 2 or 3 that is aggressive. We are not like a curve-out aggro deck by any stretch of the imagination. We are just kind of a little bit slower, a little bit focused on punching into control. And then the rest of the tools kind of form this shell to be able to get us some strength in the long game. So we're not actually aggro. We're not looking to put in 1-drops and 2-drops. We're actually a relatively slow deck. I mean, especially with Divine Visitation. However, we don't want to go full slow, like put a Bishop of Wings in here, or something at the low end, because Bishop of Wings would help us if we're against aggro. We're really not trying to stay alive versus aggro through healing, because we hardly have any angels outside of I mean, we have Divine Visitation to make angels, but I don't even think we have any other way to make an angel. So yeah. So really we're trying to get card advantage with these ones, get card advantage and value, and then we have a really strong sideboarding plan against aggro in case that occurs. What about Rule of Law? Rule of Law does nothing the turn that it's played. And that, I think, is going to fuck us. Because a lot of the decks that are out there right now are not really control in the traditional sense of control. There's almost no control deck in the traditional sense of control that exists anywhere, period. They're all decks that are looking to spike. Like really hard. Like, the Simic deck is trying to get a bunch of land, and then huge creature, Nissa, bam, draw a bunch of stuff. And when that is the kind of run out that we're up against, we actually need to begin to put pressure on early on. Oh, fuck, are we up against a flash deck, man? Who? Oh, farts. Okay, so this is a Temur Reclamation deck. This is a deck that is trying to get out an enchantment to blow us up fast. Here comes a zap on the Legion Warboss. Or bounce. Potato, potato. And so our goal against this deck is to use the Elspeth Conquers Death and the Banishing Lights to eliminate the Reclamation. Again, when the Reclamation comes down, boom, boom, spike. Huge spike of power. So, okay, so... I think the same play is correct. Probably gets bounced or zapped again, one of the two. Super okay with this. It's not a big deal at all. Please, please cast. No reason for me not to play the Fabled Passage. Yeah, so basically, I generally want to be slow as a human being. I want to be playing slowly, thinking slowly, speaking slowly, vibrating with a very mild intensity. Oh, man. However... Oh my. I generally want to be doing that sort of thing. But I think I need these kinds, a couple of tools like the Robber of the Rich early on, regardless. So the mana that is up would suggest no Wilderness Reclamation, because otherwise this would have been shocked in, it would have been fine. So it was suggesting that a Brazen Borrower is up. The fact that this got Mystic Disputed is okay. Is actually just fine. Okay, the best play is absolutely to double Legion Warboss here. There's a Blast Zone, so this could get 2 counters placed on it to be able to sack and nuke the Legion Warbosses subsequently. But now that our opponent has Thassa's Interventions in there, we can easily just play another Warboss. So by the way, this sequence right here, we know that our opponent's trying to get out of Wilderness Reclamation and then draw 1 billion cards. That's very, very, very clearly the goal of this deck. Look at how disruptive our gameplay has been thus far. All these Thassa's Interventions kind of like get rid of one thing at a time if there's enough mana available and all this stuff. Preventing this spike. Wilderness Reclamation decks are trying to get a big spike where they suddenly get the enchantment out and then draw a shitload of cards. Just like explode like that. So what we're looking to do is we're looking to speed up. Sorry, Divine Visitations. This is good. We have a few instant speed removal options. We have a lot of creatures that we can play on turn 2 or turn 3. We have a lot of plays on turn 2 or turn 3. We have some extra value cards that can gain us life and give us some momentum, and we have 7 ways to deal with enchantments. Temur Reclamation tries to do a big spike. Fires of Invention with Jeskai tries to do a big spike. The big Planeswalker decks are trying to stabilize until they have like 4 Super Friends out, and then bam. That is a very good hand. Oh, as a smaller note, Gideon Blackblade also does offer some ability to remove enchantments. Not a lot, but a wee little bit. So this says to me that there is a Bonecrusher Giant or a Brazen Borrower in the hand. Now, here's the thing. GW Drake has a number of counter spells. We would not be surprised to see, like, a Legion Warboss counter. Something else countered. Wouldn't surprise us. We really do need to begin to... Or having it zapped or bounced. I mean, that's still there. Scorching Dragonfire is super fine. We want GW Drake. Our hope is that GW Drake just doesn't have an expansion explosion to be able to draw 6. This is really good to see. No, that's really bad to see. Okay, looks like we're going to be expansion explosion for 6. Fuck. Hey, Lisette, or Illisette, if you'd do me a favor and change the tone to be like 50% more cheerful and optimistic and upbeat. I've been glancing over a few times at the conversation, and it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh, the language that's there. This is looking like a loss in this game. Oh my god, the Y-Crad.
I walk a righteous path.
How on earth are you, Mr. Y-Crad?
I believe in you.
Count Brennivard says, hey Sean, chat, how's it going? It's actually going pretty good. Actually going pretty good. Farts. Okay, get me out of this one. I think I'm going to do this one. Not good enough, I think. Good enough. Probably send that one back and crack this on turn 1 for planes. We might need some cheap instant speed removal. We might need like Disenchants in here to be able to go toe-to-toe. I think the Elspeth Conquers Death might just be too slow in the side. Because I think having 3 is good. I don't think I've been in a situation yet where I've been excited about making my deck more expensive. Hey, have a good night, Shadowcast, or day, or afternoon, or whatever it is. Alright, my opponent did it at the wrong phase, which is a really easy mistake to make. Really easy mistake to make. You have to put a stop here, and then hit pass. And then when it says start about to go to attackers, then you can do the stuff that you want to do. No red sources, which is good. Now, we might want to say, hey, why not try to go for some extra value here with the Bonecrusher? I don't really want to do that. It's more important to me to just begin to attack. Double red is needed for Storm's Wrath, and there's no double red here. Super duper fine. Let's see what we get first. Blast Zone's good. So we're going to eat this. And then, if this gets cast in response, we actually have a Scorching Dragonfire here. Dude, I gotta do some stretches. My leg muscles have just not been getting used or stretched, like, at all. That's so bad. Value. Could be a Brazen Borrower to bounce the Wilderness Reclamation. It's a good one. Twisted Rune 87 says, I'm curious, did you ever end up playing more Into the Breach after you played it on stream? Yeah, I actually played some Into the Breach recently, like within the last month or so. That game is tight. Look at this. Look at this. We are doing it. Do you have any experience with stress eating? I'm a veteran stress eater, Narchion. Struggling times made me start, and I can't get myself to stop. You know what? I'm just going to say, dude, it's okay to stress eat. It's okay. If you're stress eating, do some extra exercising on the side. That's pretty helpful. I think I maybe don't want this many, maybe just like some. I think this will be valuable in 2 matchups. That probably makes more sense. I stress eat, and then I go for more walks, and then when I'm not stressed, I exercise and eat healthy. That's my build order. Perfect. Is our deck doing it? Is our deck doing it? Woodburger says, I vote keep. When we get land flooded, you can blame me, Woodburger. I would never dream of doing such a thing to you. Okay, we are up against probably Rakdos aggro. Probably Rakdos aggro. Archon of Sun's Grace, 4 copies. Very, very strong here. Very, very strong. Tomik is nice as a 2-3 here. As a 2-3. Dear Envy says, Leon mostly walking, said something that cracked me up. I've been taking myself on little walks. Like some kind of dog. Yeah, man. I think we are. 8 days before Final Fantasy VII. How hype are you? Oh my god. Is that on the 10th? Farts. Oh my god. Really? Shit. I was going to do my card review of Ikoria on the 10th. Oh no. Oh my. Did you play Final Fantasy VII when you were a little day 9? Dude, you know it, man. That was a fake sick to stay home from school kind of game. And if you've been watching me for a bit. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, yeah. If you've been watching me for a bit, you know that there's a lot of games that I used to fake sick and stay home for. What up? Rawr. Here's my Magic, Fallout, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VII, Half-Life 1. These games were some good shit. Do you have any experience with a game called StarCraft 2? Why, yes I do. This guy just, like, instantly sacrifices. Doesn't matter if this gets sacked in response. I was playing StarCraft 2 last night, man. Played some co-op Commander. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. What Commander do you play? Karax. The newbie ones, man. I just love Karax. They're like, here's how I play Karax. All right, here's how I play Karax. Yeah, Hoot Hoot Executor, of course, man. The reason I play Karax and like Karax is I just love the Spear of Adun like so much. I love the Spear of Adun like so much. I love it. So what I do is I just get all the upgrades and build no units, and then when we're attacked early on, I'm just like bam, 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 bam. All right, as you were. Bam, 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 bam. I need to play other commanders at some point in my life. I just think Karax is the tightest. Why wouldn't I, huh? Let's trade with the robber. The robber's just a dud. It's fine. Look at this. We are owning, dude. There's too many fucking good games right now, man. It's such a pain in the ass, dude. Look at us up against the premier aggro deck in the meta. Look at us against the premier aggro deck in the meta. At 18 with an Outlaw's Merriment, a Pegasus in the hand. What makes this clown deck a clown deck? Look at the cards before you. Look at the cards before you, Van Carriers from ZDP. Thee gone. Well, we're both working to kill the guy. Oh, yeah. Yes! Perfect. C'est parfait. See, I think that I did a smarty pants analysis of our Clowny deck, which was that we actually don't... We can skew more heavily towards control in the main board. Excuse me, to being more anti-control with Robber of the Riches, with things like the... Robber of the Rich, Legion Warboss, things like this. We can be more controlling, anti-controlling in this regard. Because Omen of the Sun, Tomik, and Bonecrusher Giant are acceptable defensive cards early. Now, we just get rid of the Robbers. We get rid of the not the Bonecrushers. I meant to get rid of the Legion Warbosses. Let's get these guys back in. And now we easily put in the Devout Decrees. We easily put in 4 Deafening Clarions. And what else would we want? Destroy target artifact or enchantment might be... Cut one of these because it's very obviously slow. I need to use the restroom as well, so we'll probably take a little break after this. Cats are really happy to have us home. Hi, Sheriff. Yeah, meow. How's the outdoors looking? God, I am increasingly... Why Disenchant and not Heliod's Intervention in the side? The short answer is, I think that they're both reasonable alternatives. Disenchant is effectively a 2-mana card. Heliod's Intervention is effectively a 3-mana card. Because Heliod's Intervention is double white and X. So if I want to kill the one thing that they cast, it'll cost me 3. And rarely will I be in a situation where I want to destroy multiple of them. If my opponent was able to get multiple Wilderness Reclamations, I am already fucked. One, two, three, 4. Okay. We have 4 Deafening Clarions and 3 Devout Decrees and 3 Bonecrusher Giants, which are the cards I'm actually looking for. And by turn 3, we will get 1 draw. We will get 1 scry. Then we'll get another draw and another draw and another draw. So that's 5 chances to get something that is 20%. So basically the question is, what's 80% to the 5th power? 80.8 to the 5th. Okay, so that's a 63% chance to get one of those cards in the next draws when we would need it. Very reasonable. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to increase the probability of hitting that by Fabled Passaging. All we need is 1 of those good cards in the next 4. Because this deck is a slow deck. It's a slow deck that wins gradually. We have our healing thing. There was 1, there was 2. We just scryed the 3rd. And then we get the 4th, and I'm okay not having anything to play on that 4th one. So yeah, I think that was still correct. This is an absolute murderer in this matchup. Like, the fact that we had this is what made me stop and try to compute how we would go through this. Damn, I'm good. It's like, most of the time I'm just playing, throwing stuff out and all this, and all of a sudden there's a moment where I stop and I go, oh, that's right, he can infinitely draw with that one. I should probably have cleared that last turn then. It's not a huge deal.
No.
No, this is still fine. We Akroan War it next turn, and that's quite good. Okay, nice. Alright, let's start him over, huh? Slow this bird down. So opponent will draw 2 here. Our opponent will try to make sure that our opponent gets to draw 1 and then draw 1. Farrakha's Libation is a really cool card, and I think this is a very smart sideboarding choice from our opponent, too. If our opponent can instant speed Farrakha's Libation at key times, it will always get a high-value card, which is really nice. Yeah, I think I needed to do the blast off the previous turn. That was a nice little sequence from our buddy. Totally fine. Probably Elspeth's Son's Nemesis is the most reasonable one, because it is the one that can recur. We have very good cards in our hand. God, man, I am just feeling the tightness in my leg muscles. I was feeling it last night as I was going to bed, that like my left butt, generally like one side is a little bit, Oh, the Akroan War! Have you ever seen someone try to pick off the Akroan War? Oh, fuck yeah. That's so good. That's so good. This is looking like we'll plausibly lose this game. That's the best choice, weirdly. Yeah, generally, if you're having tension in your legs, I was having some muscle spasm and very light pins and needles feelings on my legs, and went to a doctor who was like, okay, it's either something really serious or it's a tight muscle. And they lifted my leg up, pulled my leg down. It's like, do you feel any pain? I'm like, no. And they're like, you got tight muscles. It's like, oh, nice. Cool, great, thank you, doc. And then what I proceeded to do was increase the amount of streaming that I did and not exercise. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, there's an argument to be made to cut the Divine Visitations to be able to play smaller creatures. Maybe that's actually smart, huh? Nah, Divine Visitation's too awesome. I'm gonna use a restroom real fast. Alright. I mean, keeping the Divine Visitations is ambitious. Keeping the Elspeth Conquers Death is ambitious. We could actually cut both of these and just put in the Robber of the Rich, but I'm too good. See, we're wearing green pants again. You know it, Lady Linest. You know it. It's green pants o'clock. I'm keeping this, man. 2 filters into Omen of the Sun, which is like one of the best cards in this matchup. Incredible greed. 2 turns in a row. Incredible greed. Greed incroyablement. This is an extremely good card. Ty Hamilton says, I think I pinched a nerve in my butt from sitting too much. Yeah, that's what I've done. So you can see on my invisible butt. So generally when you are doing deadlifts, you are supposed to be using the glute muscle, which I will not show, but that's like your butt. But I just was incorrectly using too much of this muscle right here. Like if you start at your hips and then go back like right here, this is, I can't remember which part that's used for. But basically, instead of using the butt, I was using the outside part. And so what happened is I really, really, really tightened that muscle. The piriformis muscle is the name of it. And so the tight piriformis, which you can read about, just leads to feelings of pins and needles on the hamstring area. And then, hilariously enough, the doctor was asking for other things, other symptoms going on. And I've been taking Tums just because, you know, I was having, like, some heartburn, pain, shit. But it turns out if you take too many Tums, it can mess with your electrolytes in your body. She's like, yes, it sounds like you have an electrolyte imbalance. Excuse me, they. Dude, Lisette says, apologies for the harshness. Working in public health has had me a tad stressed recently. Oh, God, man. Of course that would make you feel more stressed than usual. Of course. Yeah, no, and no worries at all. No worries at all. I mainly wanted to step in not as, like, a... not with the goal to, like, bop you in the head and be like, damn you! Good, we must smite the wicked, or some nonsense. But more so to kind of, like, try to de-escalate. And always know, if you come here and you're letting off some steam and it's getting a little harsh and you're feeling a little heated, that's okay, man. We understand. That is more than okay. I would be such a hypocrite if I was like, if you're upset and you can't control it, that's on you, buddy. I mean, I think it's important and good to do it, but did you see me when my internet wasn't working and I was trying to learn how cars work? Remember when I was trying to learn how train cars work? And I was just getting fucking mad? Alright, I think our goal is to just deny the draw. This will get sacked, and I will be unable to keep my, my friendly Bonecrusher, and that's okay. Often anger is from other experiences that just kind of misplacing things. I'm going to plan on scrying and banishing lighting later. We're in this for the long haul, huh? We are like the artifact developers. TLDR, long haul. Long haul. Missed that. Where do we see the learning of train cars? Don't worry, newbie. I actually... I fucking edited it out on when I uploaded it to YouTube because I was embarrassed. Mr. Bardoff with a trio. Thanks, Mr. Bardoff. Yeah, let me tell you, only this year have I started to go, oh, that was a terrible show. I don't have to upload that one. Yeah, I know it wasn't that bad, but, you know. It's less about me going, the degree to which it was bad was acceptable, and more just like, one can always improve one's communication. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. That is what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. This is why Omen of the Sun is very nice. It creates more targets against Farrakha's Libation. Red cap fucking melee. Incredible. Incredible. Don't forget we have Akroan War, which is effectively a board sweep against this deck. Only exiling 4 is just an incredible, incredible card. Welcome, Elspeth.
John, I must not give in.
Not a problem.
Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
I don't care if it comes back, pings, and gets killed. This will cause us to start chewing through the food at a more rapid rate. Moyne says, I watched your second AoE 2 match on T90 official YouTube. I'm amazed how fast you are learning the game. I appreciate that, Moyne. And I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts to respond to that with, Moyne. Which is, I think, I view a lot of gameplay. This one's heading out. I view a lot of gameplay in RTS games as like tightening a rope, where you have the start of the game, and then you have a particular endpoint that you're trying to get to, and you try to tighten it as much as possible to shorten the distance between those. So this, in StarCraft, would be something like, I need to build this second pylon a little early, so that way I can start a Zealot, so I can do this second, so, and then so on and so on and so on and so on. You know, these sorts of this to this to this to this to this to this kind of like ordering of things to get there as tight as possible. And I think with the kind of familiarity I have through StarCraft, I understand the experience of tightening the rope, as it were. So I'm just saying I'm going to go to elephants, right? That's just a declaration that I made. I am an elephant boy. And then so I just sat there and just thought through how to cut through this. Oh my god, I almost got coffee in the keyboard. But now, so and that is an executional aspect, right? That's an executional aspect. Why no Banishing Light on the oven? It is not concerning to me in the past few turns. Now that I'm getting to the point where I have a second Banishing Light and an Akroan War, and I'm seeing my opponent still not play cards, then I'm more comfortable holding back. The thing to note about the oven is that the oven will cause my opponent to go ping for one, 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 and it's one ping per turn. It's really clear the amount of damage throughput that's coming. However, if something actually scary comes down, like a Mayhem Devil, a Midnight Reaper, these are actually terrifying cards. I need to immediately remove that or steal it. I need to immediately get that out of the way. So if I, for instance, killed this oven, this would slow down this once a turn ping, but I could potentially shoot myself in the foot otherwise. That's the sort of reasoning behind it. But anyways, so I was talking about in AoE, this idea of tightening the rope. Go to elephants. Here's the start of the game. Alright, we are just not getting cards. That is kind of hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're actually doing 9 and 8. So we're about at expectation. We're about expectation. Anyways. So that's an executional thing. So the way that the strategy of a game works in a lot of these strategy things is that it's seeing your opponent go, hey, I was taking the elephants and now my opponent is rushing. So suddenly elephant rush is not the plan. Suddenly I need to take this new position. I need to go somewhere over to here to do some sort of defensive maneuver. No blocks. Alright. Get this first. Okay. But yeah, so like there's all these various deviations that you need to account for, and then you also need to understand all the steps to get there so you can tighten that rope. So that's like the sort of execution and choices leaning against each other. So I just had like one goal. One clear goal that I was shooting for in that matchup. Hey look, the problem solved itself. Oh, if I could just get like Castle Ardenvale, Elspeth Conquers Death, any of these things is excellent. 1 ping a turn. There's the scary one. And the ping-pongs doth cometh. Why the Woe Strider over the Reaper? If I Banishing Lighted the Midnight Reaper, our opponent would have immediately sacrificed the Midnight Reaper to the Woe Strider, causing nothing to happen. Yeah, it would have been big pain in the butt. So I think it sometimes can look a little bit like an illusion when someone like me that has experience, like extensive experience with RTS games. Okay, let's see here. Someone like me who has extensive experience with RTS games plays an AoE where I can pick a build and tighten it very quickly. But I still have, I don't even know how any of the fucking units work in that game. I built elephants because I could build elephants. That's the only reason I built them, is because they were large and I could. Fuck yeah. Holy shit, that went incredibly. Amazing. One of the best cards in this matchup, man. In our deck. It's one of our best cards in our deck in this matchup. Don't need it. I'm going in for the kill. Ah! Oh! 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 Shoot me. Shoot me, Shirley. What are you gonna do? This is like the best card in this entire damn thing. Their current circumstances would have taught us to save for a rainy day. In what regard? Farts. No, it just doesn't matter. Banishing Light on the oven? I mean, we Banishing Lighted an oven, but to suggest that we should have saved the Banishing Light when our opponent had all the other stuff, I think is a wee bit incorrect. Something like this. Do I have anything that heals? So we're going to go to 1 here. We have Elspeth and 1 Omen of the Sea. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. We didn't do it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Alright. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. That's fine. It's fine, man. Come on. Come on, our deck was actually so sweet. How did we lose that game? How did that happen? I'll need to look at the sideboarding. Damn it, I hope we play against more cat decks and more Simic decks. Divine Visitation has still literally like made no angels for us. I think we made like 1 angel in ever. In ever, okay? Oh my god, we're against mono red. Great idea. Uh-oh. I've been caught. Caught with me pants down. So by the way, this is how the stop works. So I pass to go to combat, and then it says, you'll note it says 2 attackers. So here's attackers, blockers, and here's combat damage. So there's actually a phase called pre-combat right there that I can get in there and zap a guy. You love to see it. You love to see it. Welcome, fool. You hate to see it. I guess I should have played this, because this is just a blocker for me. I should not try to think about the value. This and this are basically the same thing. So we're a turn late, because it's very, very obviously an Embercleave. Buck. Oh, we're taking some pain now. Alright, so we sort of know that against this mono-red deck, we have a very rough game one. Very rough game one, because we have a whole bunch of anti-control thingies in our main deck. So this is okay. Wait, I had a Gatorade here. No, I didn't. I had a Pocari Sweat, and I drank it. Nice. So what we want to do is we want to cut these Legion Warbosses. We want to cut these Robbers of the Rich, because they're just very weak defenders. We want to put in the Devout Decrees. We want to put in the Disenchants, because this hits Anax and it hits Embercleave. Remember, Anax is an enchantment creature. We want to put in 4 Deafening Clarions. We almost certainly want to cut all these Divine Visitations, and we'll put in a pair of Elspeths because they happen to heal and make dudes. You know, I think I'm going to be on the play. Look at us. We figured it out. Oh, you love to see it. Sicarius Vitus is having a bit of a rough day, chat. I'm here to relax. You came to the perfect place for exactly that. Came to just the right locale to hang out, chill out, and do not much. This is a good one. That is a good one indeed. Owie. Taking him out. You love to see it. Alright. Alright. And you know what? You love to see it. So, if we draw a land, we have the really nice Disenchant Omen of the Sun combo. How do we want to do this? I think this is going to be a really good play. To just pass. Because I'm expecting everyone to swing. And there's a number of options we have here. If an Embercleave comes down, it's going to go onto this guy. We're going to destroy it. The Devotion is going to fall back down. This could still get buffed. That's okay. Alright. Let me take a wee bit. This situation is a little trickier. We'll probably chump here. This guy has protection from white, so there's nothing we can really do about that. Now, if there's another Embercleave, that does suck. Potato, potato. I think maybe that turn where I did some of the disenchant cuteness, I think I needed to disenchant. I don't know. I don't know. Let's do same old, huh? Same old, huh? Probably neither. Probably neither. That's terrible. Shit. Gonna have to leave him back. We're gonna gotta. I think that's just lethal. Like, period. Because this has to get blocked. This will still trade. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2. Rats! Rats! Okay, so I think that maybe we could point to there being gameplay decisions that could have changed that, but I think I am correct in just generally pulling the board down, like pulling it this way. I think I'm gonna do like that. We definitely had space to cut some of these weaker ones. Did I cut the Akroan War there? I think I kept this, didn't I? Because that's actually very good in this matchup. Wouldn't you have survived with lifelink? Yeah, nice. Whoops. Yeah, wow, we would have survived with lifelink. Okay, that's my bad. Alright, so again, gameplay decisions could have helped us win. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe Hushbringer to help with all the entry death effects. Wouldn't that shut down a bunch of our stuff? Wouldn't that shut down the Angel, maybe? Alright, here I come. It's Jeskai Fires, maybe. Take it. Yeah, baby. Coming at ya. Outlaw's Merriment is not very helpful here. Hush only affects creatures entering, dying. Hey, let's take a look at that. Hushbringer, MTG. Little do you know what I'm all about. I just want to make creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. Ah, so it's creatures entering the battlefield doing something there. Alright, so our opponent is off to the slowest possible start, which is great for us. There's no creatures yet in Padrino's deck. Elos Merriment isn't very helpful ever. Yeah. Fuck. Oh my god, come the fuck on!
You'll thank me later. Stop, trust me. I have a plan.
God, this card is fucking awful! Hey, 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 hey. Attack this way. So this is gonna pop and do nothing. Oh my god! No way, my opponent blocked him. My opponent could have gotten a free Teferi.
Here we go.
Oh my god, the pain. Just the incredible pain. My 4/4 has to attack. You know. Ah. 2 turns from now is gonna feel pretty cool. Get in there, buddy. Yes, the Angel token does have haste, and it does have to attack. Oh, that is some grade A bull.
Oh, I've done.
Come on, man. Alright, so if I don't chump something, I'll die. 6 and 7 is 13, and 13 and 5 is 18. Hey! We are A-okay with this outcome. Oh shit, come on. That's fine. Oh my god. Dang it. Come on, man. Ah, I'm gonna have 5 angels. Well, I guess I'll get to double block this bastard. Come on! Alright. Die. Become chumped. Become chumped. How many of these can we make the next turn? So let's look through this. So this would be these 2 living. And this one living. So we 1, 2, 3 things living. And I can make 1 angel next turn. So if I instead did like this, this would eliminate more, and then I'd have to just cross those fingers. Now, if I didn't block with this guy, we'd get an additional angel. I think maybe this is still better, right? I have to block everything because our opponent could buff again. Because the giant deals 5 damage. And with an extra 2 damage it would haste through. Or you get an angel for sure. This one. Alright. Okay, we lost that one, but it was close. Okay, no scry, correct. Correct. I had to just hope, because remember, we're tapping 5 with the Castle Ardenvale to make one. We missed some math there. I don't think we missed any math. What math did we miss? What math did we miss? Tell me the math that we missed. We needed to not scry on our upkeep, to be clear. We needed to not scry, because if we crack, we only have 5 mana available, and there's no 5 mana card that could help us live. Okay, so we need to be swift and judicious. So, I mean, it's pretty clear that the Disenchants come in. It's pretty clear that Gideon Blackblade comes in. Those are the bad ones, huh? I hate to do it. Oh no, you should have cut the Bonecrusher. That's what should have been cutting. That's what should have been cutting. Could we have kept the Warboss alive and leave Flames alive for the 2-flyer? So basically, if we didn't block with the Legion Warboss, each angel has to block one thing, period, or else we die. Anything that gets unblocked leads to our immediate death. I think that's actually good enough, because these slow the game down tremendously. This functions well in a slow game, and Devout Decree functions well. Akroan War out. Akroan War is the best card in our deck in this matchup. You love to see it. Tomik is just a generic 2-mana creature that has good value and is particularly good against Simic. Akroan War is the best card in our deck. Could be. You know, I hate to say it, but Outlaw's Merriment is probably a card that we could fully cut for other things. Ah, shit, I don't want to say it out loud. Don't make me say it out loud. Is there another good 4-mana card? You know, Elspeth would actually be really good. Elspeth is actually, like, perfect in that slot. And then we're just more focused on... We're just more focused on Divine Visitation, huh? Ah, fuck. Elspeth is a great streamer. She is great, Elspeth Eastman. Has Outlaw ever been able to summon a token? Like 2 or 3 times. Oh, this fucking jerk. Oh, here goes nothing. Give me a Lando, huh? There it is. Boom, bada, boom. I swear to fuck. If I have to so much as look. Yes! Yes! Did that Archon make a lion noise? Yeah, he's a very spicy Pegasus we got going on.
Don't worry, I got this.
I mean, this is probably a really good play tonight. Going in on the Angel plan, Bishop of Wings, Bishop of Wings just has no place in the deck at all. We are struggling to get any Angels to show up at any point. No blocks. This is where Akroan War is amazing, by the way. You know, also Elspeth Conqueror's Death comes in. Bishop of Wings is just so defensive. And defense really isn't our issue. It's more like proactivity is our issue. Tomik is very proactive and shuts down Nissa, which is incredibly important. I mean, a 2/3 flyer actually trades with small creatures. A 1/4 doesn't really kill. No problem. I have a lethal swing in the sky. No blocks. Oh, you hate to see it, huh? Yeah, so the Tomik is really nice for disabling Nissa, because if a lot of our cards are a little more proactive at the low end, we can just, like, kill Nissa. And then she can't even duplicate the mana on the following turn. Duplicate the mana? That's not even used correctly. Duplicate and double can't be used interchangeably. Like that. Understandable. You're so stupid, Harrows. You are so supportive of our appalling bad deck idea. You're just like, no, that makes sense. I see where you're coming from. I respect your thoughts. I'm like running literally 4 Outlaws Merriman, 3 Divine Visitation, man. Shit. Coffee. Shit, which one of these do I play first? I assume we play this one, because if we hit another land off the top, holy dandy, we found the landy. This deck is missing March of the Multitudes. You know it. It's me, I'm coming in to get ya. Do you see the juice, the magic, the awesomeness going down?
Sorry I'm late. I've got it.
Dude, I feel really good. I feel so great. Any fire you want, you got it. Any fire you need, you got it, baby. Do I want to kill this? Let's play this first. Did I actually not play my Fabled Passage? I'm just in too good of a mood. How the game's going, day night? Well, JWars43, we have no more stars than when we began. The ladder just reset, so we're back down to Plat 4, no stars. As is always the case when you drop out of Mythic. Well, actually, I don't know. Is... Question. You absolute butthole. Who runs a Mystic Dispute in the main deck? What are you doing? Oh my god. Anyways. I was talking about something, I don't even remember. Kenwith, Kenwith, Kenwith. You absolute fuck. Black or red? Not so good, huh? Ah, this situation sucks. Oh, this situation sucks. So if I do this, I can kill one. Desperate times call for desperate measures, dude. Gotcha. Absolutely bamboozled. Farts. Farts and cruds. Now there's an argument to be made, which is, Sean, you are necessarily bound to draw Divine Visitation on the next turn, so you might want to do that.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint. Hey, trust me, I have a plan.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, those are some good draws. Some good bone crushing. Are you sure you wish to do that? Nary, I say dairy, you just lost yourself a Teferi. Is there any way that I can even play this successfully? Without losing it? No, doesn't look like it. Hi, Sheriff. Guys, we have everyone's favorite little brown cat, Sheriff. Hello. Oh, that feels really nice, huh? Oh, it's so awesome. That's literally the card that I need right now. I mean, that is literally the card that I need. Nope. Where are you going?
I am here to aid in the assault.
Lifelink.
Prepare for battle.
Hey, stop chewing on stuff. Okay, whatever. These Devout Decrees ain't doing nothing for me, man. No blocks. I don't think there's a single good card to draw. Even this one's kind of stinky. Ugh. Crap, crap, crap. Alright, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I'm removing Outlaw's Merriment. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to clone this. And this is Divine Midrange. Alright, we are going all in on the Divine Visitation. I know, I know. But the thing is that I think we can literally just make this a way better deck by putting in some Elspeths. Right, that already looks tighter and righter. More ways to generate tokens. What are some other good enchantments? What are some other good black-red enchantments? Outside of, like, Birth of Meletus. Which I have tried, and it has not been pleasing to me. White-red enchantments that are good. White-red enchantments that are good. Conclave Tribunal might actually be fine. Experimental Frenzy. You know, I really like that idea. A Dawn of Hope. This is a slower card in the main. We already left an Elspeth in there, so we can put another Akroan. Akroan War, like that. A cheeky one of Mirror March. Love it. Alright, let's just briefly... I still have enchantment filtered. There's not any other good enchantments here, are there? Thinking just in the enchantment front. This is it. Fires of Invention. I don't think I actually have enough. I don't think I actually have enough. Krenko. Krenko's kind of funny. Krenko's pretty funny, huh? Guy that just gets big, keeps summoning 1/1s. He only generates on the attack. He's like a marginally worse Legion Warboss. I like Dawn of Hope for a few reasons. First of all, it is another really strong long-term value card, and it kind of looks a bit like we keep running out of steam. So this is another nice high-value card. It's another 2-drop. It's a very clear cut versus aggro decks. That's a good run out. Alright, this is a really good looking situation. I think actually, I mean, the problem is all decks are spiking. If it was really long, slow, arduous, control-y bullshit, right? If it was that, then yeah, I actually do think we got some real merit when it comes to Outlaw's Merriment. Similarly, if there were tools to suppress these big spikes. If there were tools to suppress the big spikes, I think that too would be something noteworthy. And then we would be a control deck with Merriment. But there's not a lot of good suppression tools for all the different kinds of ways that people are spiking off with Planeswalker, Wilderness Reclamation, Jeskai. Simic Ramp, Super Friends. So a lot of just spikiness. I think that, like, I mean, Shatter the Sky, for instance. I Shatter the Sky, clear the board, and then what does my opponent do? My opponent just summons out. Well, definitely taking control of that guy, for sure. I am the absolute nut player of this game. Dude, wouldn't it be sick if we just drew another land? Yeah, I think that Merriment is just, it's a little too difficult to because it just starts to build and 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 build over time. And it's just hard to get over time to ever be a thing. So my opponent's going to have to attack next turn. So we will win next turn, effectively. We love to see it. Okay, remember me saying the Akroan War is really good against these big creature decks? You're getting to see why now. It gets haste and it must attack, yeah. we were looking at this earlier, because the first sentence is create a 1/1 red goblin token. The second sentence is that token gains haste until end of turn and attacks this combat if able. So this turns that 1/1 into a 4/4, and then this second line that says that token gains haste until end of turn clicks on. Couldn't quite do it. This will be okay, though. We're building up some power in the air. We're going to make a lot of angels next turn. Especially if we draw Omen of the Sun. I think I should probably squeeze in a 4th Omen of the Sun in there. Whatever, it's fine. Land would be good. Dawn Hope, Ping. This is really similar to some of the stuff that we were seeing right when Theros Beyond Death was originally out. Let's see. Yeah. There's just so much stuff that gets tapped here. Only one more gets tapped. That's pretty good. There's gonna be just a billion things getting tapped, man. Oh, Agent of Treachery's in there. I didn't see the Agent of Treachery. Okay. This is okay, though. Because we have another Akroan. We have more Disenchants. Black or red. Tomik doesn't seem the most useful. What do we destroy with the Disenchants? Fires of Invention, which is permitting our opponent a lot of comfort. Yeah, no, we cut Merriman. Isn't that bullshit, the vegan police? Isn't it just bullshit? Is the game audio weird for anyone else? Yeah, it was weird. Merriman would have come in really handy last game to create more tokens. Don't try to make me feel the pain of regret. Hey, does anyone else here know of or use Stream Deck? It's an Elgato software, or excuse me, hardware. It's really nice. I need to hook mine up again because I did some rearranging and cleaning. It's like one of the neatest gadgets out there. In a very literal sense, it is not necessary to like run a stream. Like I have a duplicate numpad that I just. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit more reasonable. A little bit more reasonable. Okay, so we want to keep 6. We want to send 1 back. Probably this Omen of the Sun. Wait for a sunnier day. You love to see it. It's legit even for non-streaming stuff. Yeah, it's just like... The buttons are really nice. It has really nice buttons. This deck has essentially no powerful turn 1, 2, or 3 plays. Essentially none. What's the gadget called? A Stream Deck. Doop, doop. Give me this and give me that. Get some land, get some land. Feeling pretty dandy, man. You'll rue the day that you chose to not run. What do you use it for if you don't stream? Oh, I mean, you can basically think of this as just 15 extra buttons. And it has programmable depth, so you can do something like use these, 9 on one side as, like, switcher buttons, and then use the right 6 as submenu buttons. Well, this is good. Are we just going to win with Rabbers of the Rich? Points of damage done by robots. However, when you miss land 2 turns in a row against a ramp deck, it can feel terrible. Thassa. Dan Thassa. I hope I just get Arisen Reef, maybe? Eek. Oh my god, thank god. One of the reasons why Elspeth is a slightly better version of a Outlaw's Merriment is it gives us the ability to, say, buff one of our existing 3-drops with +2/+1. Doesn't it just look like it makes more sense? Doesn't it just look like it's intending to do something more valuable than doing nothing? God, I feel so bad for myself. I feel horrible for myself. I worry about me. So should we do 4 of Elspeth? I think 3 of is about the right amount. Anytime you have something that is legendary, unless it's... I mean, the simple rule that I use, and I have used this for a long time, is if the best card in your deck is legendary, you're allowed to run 4 of. But outside of that, run 3 of or less. So for instance, if the best card in my deck is like a Questing Beast or a Teferi Time Raveler, you run 4 of. Pale of Awesome says, how's the aggressive version shot you've been working at? We've been running off that list today, Pale of Awesome. We've been running off that list today. And we've made some substantial changes to it. We basically cut Merriment because that card is tragically a tragedy. Do we think the Disenchant and Banishing Light are sufficient? I think we have to keep this. Because this, if we draw Divine Visitation, we immediately are in insane shape. If we draw any of our threats, we are in insane shape. Very good. Sir J of the West, or should we say Sir Number J of the West, has come by to gift 5 subs on this fine, fine day. Oh. Thank you, Sir J of the West, and thank you to all the sub-gifting folk who have been just coming in enormous numbers to support the channel. I mean, it's just been moving, honestly. Because I was talking about this yesterday, and I don't think I said it as succinctly as I maybe would have liked, which is, in entertainment, you always sort of have that existential threat feeling of, is this the year that my career falls off a cliff? Is it now? And with the insane disruption of having all the live events canceled and having everything, you know, maybe the economy tanks and then, like, you can't make a living off subscriptions and shit like that, you know. Or maybe this is the year that people finally realize that I'm actually not that funny. People just, like, fucking tune out. Like, oh, this fuck is trying to be compelling again. God damn it. If that combination of things were to occur, you know, you kind of get this, like...
Your light will cleave the darkness.
And so, in this period of time where it's like, what's going to happen? Lots of uncertainty. I think the right word to say is uncertainty. It could be that everything's totally normal and fine. But it could be. There's a lot of uncertainty. Maybe all the great, talented people suddenly who weren't streaming are now streaming. Oh! Oh! I'm worried that we are literally about to lose. Very worried that we are literally about to lose this game. Like Agent of Treachery Thassa next turn.
You will advance no further. I am proud of my comrade.
Share in my light.
Ooh. But anyways, the fact that, like, people have gone, oh, hey, Sean, this could be affecting you too. I'm going to give some subs. Has really helped alleviate a lot of personal stress. I'd say maybe once a year that existential angst pops up and I'm like... Did I call it or what? I wish I could have Akroan War that. Okay. This is a good card here. as I say, that average game guy gifts 5, and DS Warden gifts 10!
Braver than you know.
You're all braver than you know. So on the next turn, our opponent will have to attack. So then we can block with the Agent of Treachery to prevent Thassa Infinite nonsense. Have you ever tried EDH Commander? I haven't, but one of my dearest friends absolutely motherforkin' loves that stuff. Like, loves Commander. Ooh. I think I do have to... Well... This is probably best to start plussing.
Let me lead the charge into darkness. I will lend you my strength.
Okay. Trick, who works at Wizards of the Coast, who ended one of my draft runs in one of my most popular Magic videos. The bastard. Trick is a huge Commander player. And so Trick has suggested I literally fly to Seattle, play Commander, and then fly home. The only thing that got in the way was COVID-19. Draft video. Yeah, Houdini. Also, hey, Houdini, I haven't seen you in a little bit. Good to see you, man. Might just pick off this one, which is great. We're still in the danger zone for sure.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Nice, sick, tight, ballin'. Interesting. So this has to attack, and this has to attack. So I want to keep this one alive. So we don't have to block this guy. It's a mighty large amount of landos. So the reason we play the Akroan War like this at this time for this turn is so we can have the Agent of Treachery get sacked and die. We can triple block this. Why not? Quadruple block it. And then this and this will just die at the start of next turn. Because this says each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. I still think we're too slow. I think that's... This deck, we didn't have an incredible start, and that is hurting us. Ooh, that's pretty kind of cool. Ooh. Let's begin that climb up. I think I overvalued the Disenchant, because this deck doesn't actually seem to run 4 copies of Fires of Invention. I mean, I look and feel very dead. Maybe there's a Jace, Wielder of Mysteries in here? Would you consider one Smothering Tithe? Probably not. It doesn't really do anything. It will generate for us mana, which we've really never had a problem getting. The card is certainly hilarious. Goodbye, my friend. See you figure from I think that if this deck gets enough stuff going, it's doomed for us. But it is cooler that we are more Divine Visitation focused. We're losing a lot of these 2-1. Funny Wabbit. Hello, Funny Wabbit. Akroan War number 2 would help here. Is this an elemental? No, it's just an Elder Giant. Fourteen of those fucks in there. Yeah, maybe what I do is I Elspeth and I go for the mill out. Okay. Oh shit, I legit don't have enough in there. Fuck. Alright, let's go. Fuck. Ah. I'm gonna concede. I'm gonna concede. We've just made our new build. We've made our new build. Just made our new build. We've just cut Outlaw's Merriment. And it's good. Show me what I got. This is Divine Midrange. Yeah, Omen of the Sun is just not quite good enough to run forward, I think. Oh yeah, dude, I have now the nut card here. Ever thought about Sekiro? Houdini, I should have my Sekiro stream posted. I played maybe 15 hours of Sekiro, and I thought it was pretty solid. I didn't adore it. It's obviously a very well done game, but it is much less focus on exploration and much more focus on like the sort of ninja combat style of what's the name of that game? Tenchu Stealth Assassin. Parrying, yeah. It's less the parrying style and more that the game just dumps on you a crap load of nifty tools and then just says go. There's not really any particular value placed on. It's not like Dark Souls, which feels like a very structured style of combat. Well, I guess this. Whatever, man. That gets sacked. Because it dies, Judith pings for 1, and then the Mayhem Devil pings for 1. Nice. But I still think it fine. I think I see how to do this. Yeah, I guess this is actually quite good, huh? I don't see a lot of damage coming in on this turn.
Hi! Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Yes, absolutely.
There was a small little paw that was being laid down on my leg. And I just had to make sure that that little paw was doing okay, you know?
I will not.
Ba-da!
Heroes, rally to me.
Yeah, the thing that was sort of interesting about Sekiro compared to Dark Souls is that there was a stealth, combat, and movement, like, you know, grapple around movement mechanic in Sekiro that kind of implied in a lot of sections you don't actually have to fight anything here. You can just, like, totally bypass it, and that's fine. Again, this is what I mean by it just gives you a bunch of tools, and it's like, okay, go. It's really, really interesting. Because it's really weird to see a bunch of guards in a particular area and just, like, shoot off somewhere and just be like, yeah, no, I already fought those. Okay. Oh, fuck. Do I just need to try to luck out into some... Maybe this is fine. Holy shit, Aquamarina. Oh my god, Aquamariner. The long-time legends of this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're dead. Gifted 50. The thrifty 50 of them. Oh my god, Aquamariner. Hot diggity damn. Good lord, Aquamariner. Aquamariner has been here for ages. Over 7 years. Let's see. Exactly 86 months. 86-month anniversary, man. Oh, such a clean sideboard now. You're too kind. Aquamariner, I gotta know, how are you holding up in our state of lockdown quarantine? Average game guy says I'm only 5'4". I have so much to go. 5'4" is a solid height. And it's Steuben. Aquamariner says, no problems here, working from home and playing games like usual. It's great to hear. Yeah, I mean that looks like the hand, huh? Looks like the hand. Steuben, thanks for the tier 3 sub. Small handful of tier 3 subaroos here. Small handful of tier 3 subaroos. I think like 15? Something like that. Do it, I dare you, Mike Ultra. I love this card so much. It's so cool. I do want the mana. I think I really do want the mana. Aquamarine, what have you been playing lately? What have you been playing? Outside of the exact games that I've been playing. I know at all meals at home as opposed to eating 90% at restaurants. This is weird, but it's giving me a chance to develop a healthy diet. Yeah, dude. Truth. You hear that little cat meowing at the door? No, father! Ooh. RimWorld. Oh, dude, Coke Carnage has been playing the shit out of RimWorld. Same with Admiral Baru. Hey, look at this. Sorbet Earth. Just bumped up to tier 3 as well. Okay. So we're going to do the usual Banishing Light onto this one. It's either going to be 0 sacks or 1 sack. Okay, let's exile this. Easy wins. Don't need more of those because they recur in the grave. Gosh, I've been hearing RimWorld is... RimWorld just seems like very tight. This makes me sack. Meow, oh my god, meow. Meow.
The tragedy of my
Sheriff really wants to go on that walk, huh?
I am proud of my
After this game, I'm going to take a brief break to pet that cat, but I think we're actually turning the corner. We're banning Shaz. Let's take a peek at your stats. You've been timeouted 99 plus times. It doesn't even record how many timeouts you have. Like 18 bans. Oh, it's so funny. You got it, man. There's Akroan War, snatch that midnight Ripa. It's over 120 timeouts, I think, at this point. Yeah, it's a lot. Why is Shaz banned a lot? It's just like this kind of running joke of anytime Shaz does anything, we just ban him and time him out.
You are an enemy of heroes. Rally to me.
Heroes never die. Yeah, Shaz posted the clip, and if Shaz posts it again, Shaz's gonna get timed out, man. Not gonna post it. That's right. That's how you train a Shaz, man. This curve makes so much more sense now. It's much lower to the ground, much more value, cheap cards. So we have a victory swimming in the skies right now. And the funny thing is, if Twitch decides to like somehow begin to implement site-wide policies against people that have a large number of timeouts and bans, it means that Shaz is going to get absolutely rocked. Shaz is just going to be removed from the site entirely. Oh, Ahem Devil. Okay. Wow, this is actually going to hurt, like, real bad. there's this one. Oh, farts. Oh my god. It's a good thing we're at 29. Hopefully my opponent doesn't see it. But if my opponent sees it, the idea is you use this to sack these two. Then use the double damage to ping this, and this forces a sacrifice, which will force us to sacrifice the Archon of Sun's Grace. But it looks like our buddy may have missed it. Which is good. Which is a relief. Oh, good. Looks like saw it one turn late. Didn't get the Elspeth. Okay. We're going to be killing most of that, which is good. Right, let's remove the card draw. These are thankfully just going to be eliminated entirely. Totally fine. Totally fine. What is it going to be? Buttergones? Butterscones. This Midnight Weeper is too good. That is such a sick little way to avoid that damage. Oh my god. Alright, so if I just draw a Deafening Clarion, we win through this damage. Alright. Alright, let's see here.
I have killed one undead. Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
Good luck to me. If enough stuff starts getting sacrificed, could be death. This is actually kind of hilariously tricky for Mike Ultra. Because if creatures die, the Midnight Reaper deals damage back. So again, Deafening Clarion lets us win right away. Oh no, there's the 3 pings in the face. And dead. What order does this actually go in? I think I take the damage first. Isn't that right? The Mayhem Devil deals the damage. Well, crud! Pretty sick. Pretty sick from our opponent. Pretty sick. Well, we're still at 0 wins. We still are at 0 wins. But I'm feeling stronger than ever with our neat little deck. I wonder, though, if... I still think our deck is better than it's been. I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'm gonna use the restroom, walk around. You've probably been hearing Sheriff meow desperately in the background. She needs her little snugs, so I'm gonna go give her some. When we come back, I think we got it. I think we figured it out.